The rise and fall of... Wait, Hooters is going down? What? Maybe it's because of COVID?
Since 1983, customers have flocked to Hooters for wings, beer, and the waitresses. And for decades, that combo seemed unstoppable. By the mid-2000s, Hooters had its own calendar, casino, and airline, and operated over 450 locations in nearly 30 countries. And I've
never seen Hooters.
Sometimes we could walk away with stripper money.
But what most people don't realize is that Hooters wasn't one company. It was two. In 2025, the larger one filed for bankruptcy and closed dozens of restaurants.
They started making some changes that we warned them not to do.
Now, the original founders are stepping back in to try to rescue the brand. So how did one of America's most famous restaurants...
Guys, is the food even good? I've never heard of like a rating of Hooters food. I've never heard of people going, oh yeah, the food in Hooters is great. It's mid, it's mid, it's mid, it's mid, it's mid.
Lose its mojo. We went to the original Hooters in Clearwater, Florida, and spoke with people who've been with the brand since the beginning.
So, you guys went to Hooters? All of you?
I'm Lynn Austin. I'm Lynn Austin. I'm Lynn Austin. I'm the original Hooters girl.
Oh, she's so cute.
Legend has it, this Steve Martin bit inspired the name Hooters.
Whoa. Hello!
And I believe it's derogatory to refer to a woman's breasts as jugs or golden bozos.
I have never heard of breasts being called golden bozos before in my life, but you know what? That's a new one. My leader.
You should only refer to them as Hooters.
Oh.
Hooters opened its doors in 1983.
When Hooters opened up, there were only really a few other places in the country serving chicken wings.
Ed Drosty is one of the original founders. He and 5 other close friends set out to build a casual, family-friendly restaurant that would
family-friendly?
Make you feel like you were at the beach.
We said, man, if we could combine
family-friendly
food
at
with
first
the fun and carefree environment all in one deal, we might have something there.
Except that at the time, none of them knew how to run a restaurant.
Most would claim we still don't.
They wanted to create the go-to spot for people to watch games, with beer and wings served by an all-female waitstaff.
When it comes to the Hooters girl, we collectively came to the point of that would be the star of the show. We just didn't realize how much.
Ed discovered Lynn when she won the 1983 Jose Cuervo Bikini Contest.
I bet my partners that I would hire the girl that won the bikini contest.
His secretary came running up with a soggy business card and said, my boss is going to open a restaurant and we would love for you
Oh my god, she's so cute.
to be, involved. And I'm like, yeah, right.
She went on every billboard and went on to be just pretty much internationally famous.
If you like what you see here on the outside, you're gonna love what you'll see on the inside.
At the center of it all was the Hooters uniform, modeled after popular 80s athletic wear.
I tell people in the 80s...
Wait, the original outfit was so cute. It was actually like a genuine tank top with like a little cute shorts. It was actually genuinely just cute.
At the center of it all was
I like
the
that. I
Hooters
like that
uniform,
outfit. That's cute.
modeled after popular 80s athletic wear.
Yeah, look how cute it is.
I tell people
Maybe I'm biased though because it's orange.
in the 80s, dolphin shorts were big, running was big.
It's sporty, and it connotes what we're trying to create, the beach.
So the uniforms, yes, they were revealing, but not to the point where you'd feel strange bringing a kid into the restaurant. That balance was really a big ingredient in the
I think that they lost the sauce in that a little bit later on, but I don't. I mean, I think they may or not have changed their minds later.
their early success.
But in the early days, bringing in customers wasn't always sexy.
There's a chicken costume over here that out of desperation, I went out and stood around in traffic to wave people in. I saw a boat sunk that everybody on the causeway was driving by. I swam out and painted Hooters on that.
The founders also used their biggest asset to amplify the brand.
Their biggest asset. What could that be?
Hooters girls.
Hooters' success is completely due to marketing. It was off the wall. I mean, it was just everywhere.
It wasn't long before Hooters caught the attention of the restaurateur Hugh Connerty, who later helped develop Outback Steakhouse. In 1984, he struck a deal with the founders to take the brand nationwide. The deal gave the so-called Hooters Six the right to continue owning and operating locations in and around Tampa and Chicago under the name Hooters, Inc. And in exchange for a 3% royalty, Connerty could open branches everywhere else. Those would become...
What the f was that? They accepted that offer? What? 3%? What?
and Chicago under the name Hooters, Inc. And in exchange for a 3% royalty, Connerty could open branches everywhere else. Those would become part of what's now known as Hooters of America. Essentially, it created two chains, one owned by the founders, Hooters, Inc., and the other by the franchisor, Hooters of America.
Oh, so the original idea was a very cute, sexy girls and whatever, but like it's very wholesome, but it's just very cute and whatever. And then now,
But Connerty needed more financing to scale up. So he turned to his friend Bob Brooks, who is largely credited with the expansion.
But he also began to push Hooters in a more explicit direction.
oh, wire.
And that did create tension between the two sides.
As the chain grew, so did public interest in Hooters girls. In 1986, the original founders had an idea to capitalize on that interest.
I don't think any other restaurant at the time had been doing calendars of their actual waitresses, and it just took us to a whole new level.
The calendar wasn't just a new source of revenue, it also attracted more talent to the brand.
It became a recruiting tool because girls knew that it could get them exposure. As the stores built out, we did calendar tours, we did pageants.
It's a connection that's hard to explain because we are treated as celebrities, but we also work our butts off.
That's Marcia Drosty. She's the wife of co-founder Ed Drosty and a former Hooters girl.
Even if you haven't been to a Hooters, you've seen the Hooters calendar, and it's really our biggest tool to reach the public for marketing and also for meaningful charitable things.
By 1991, Hooters had roughly 50 locations across the U.S., and Hooters of America reported revenues of over $100 million.
Oh my!
For comparison, Applebee's, which opened 4 years before Hooters, reported nearly $60 million that same year. Back then, Hooters' rise showed no signs of slowing down.
Everybody thinks it's all girls, it's all atmosphere, it's the music.
But actually, it's also about the wings.
It's the highest ordered item on the menu. Domestically, we sell about 30 million pounds a year, so it's a very critical item.
The recipe for Hooters chicken wings is so secret, even our cooks aren't allowed to know it.
They made stuff from scratch. I mean, it wasn't an afterthought in those early days. The food was good.
You know what they say. Sauce sells.
Some fucking teenage boy got his first boner watching this shit on TV, bro.
And with every endeavor, the brand stayed true to its slogan.
Delightfully tacky, yet
Jesus
unrefined.
Christ.
Whether in commercials,
Hooters, where all the big guys hang out.
late night TV,
Hooters chicken wing doc.
Wouldn't turn down a breast, would I?
Okay, dude.
or
Okay.
NASCAR sponsorships.
Everywhere we went, we revolutionized the market, and that was by necessity.
By the end of 1993, the chain had doubled its footprint, with around 100 locations across the U.S., and Hooters of America was reporting $200 million in revenue.
They doubled it?
But beyond
Oh
the restaurant floor, opinions about the Hooters girl and the company's all-female wait staff were shifting. That year, the national organization
Oh, people got woke. Wokey.
for Women launched a campaign against Hooters, calling it sexist and exploitive.
There have been Hooters girls who have said they experience unwanted sexual advances. There's an inherent risk to it.
Work for a brand that literally sells calendars of women in bikini wear literal thingy And the whole point is being hot women and then surprised that people are trying to hit on them. Oh, they're touching them. Oh.
Or the women working in those restaurants versus the average casual dining chain.
Why not just hire security? They're literally have 200 mil. They're earning 200 mil, just hire security. Boom. Women feel better. Men can get kicked out. Costs too much.
Some early Hooters girls, like Lynn and Marcia, say their experiences were different.
We have a sisterhood. You know, we were all partying together.
I mean, they didn't work in the other Hooters where they literally just like sexually exploited the other women. They actually wore normal clothing. I'm not surprised that they had a wonderful fucking time.
We're all waitressing together. It was literally family.
It's too empowering to be a Hooters girl for it to feel like we're being objectified.
Nevertheless, the rise of Hooters in the 90s popularized the term breastaurant to describe chains that built their brand around sex appeal.
I think you can safely say Hooters started this segment. Twin Peaks came later. A bunch of other copycats came later.
If you ask those
Jeepers!
closest to the original concept, they'll reject the label.
We get it, but we don't necessarily embrace it. And we'd like to think that we are so much more than that.
People are going to always have...
They're probably a marketer for gooner men. Okay, but you can be respectful while being a gooner. Just because you're a gooner doesn't automatically mean you're going to be essaying people, bro.
Some kid was conceived.
The problem is people essaying, no? Like, bro, hey, looking is free.
An opinion about the way women might dress or the way women might carry themselves or even where they work. But we just don't subscribe to that, and we don't
subscribe.
Care.
Beyond its reputation, Hooters was facing bigger threats. In 1993, 6 former waitresses sued a Hooters in Minneapolis for allegedly perpetuating an environment in which customers sexually harassed them.
All these lawsuits cannot have been good for Hooters' public image. It was already walking.
But guys, you guys are talking about how expensive it would be to hire security, but like it's just one guy. It'll just be literally one guy who's able to like just carry himself and be able to like just throw people out and some like that, and that's it. That's literally it. You're 100% right. Dude, it won't be that expensive that you guys are saying. 200 million in revenue? Come on, they could hire like one motherfucker. It's only 50 restaurants. That's 50 guys. That's not gonna be like they're not gonna break bank by just hiring security. Are we joking? 200 million versus $22 an hour. Yeah, what are we saying? But profit margins. But dude, why? I mean, like
a fine line.
By 1995, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission was publicly challenging Hooters' policy of hiring only women.
You know what it is? They should just allow the women to carry arms.
Servers, calling it sex.
Now give me my green card.
Sex discrimination.
It's scary when the federal government says they want to basically shut you down or charge you. At the time, I think it was $22 million.
To change our method of operation for 10 years would have put us out of business.
They should just allow the women to be able to like kick out people, to be honest. If ever they don't want to hire bouncers, okay, then I'm pretty sure the women are okay with carrying like a weapon or something to like say
we
like
weren't
get out.
that big. We're probably 50, 60 stores.
So
Yeah, or
Hooters
a
did what
taser.
it does best. It got the public's attention. The company rallied around 100 Hooters waitresses for a march on Washington outside government offices.
That's me with all of our girls. What a thrill to look back and see a wave of orange marching for our right to be Hooters girls.
The problem is lawsuits. If you put hands on some loser, he could sue. Put a camera then, and then you could see that he like sexually assaulted the woman and touched her.
We put a guy on a billboard up there that brought us quite a bunch of notoriety, and we actually won.
In 1996, the commission quietly dropped the case against Hooters due to limited financial resources and heavy caseload.
It became more exposure than we ever thought. Our sales and growth just skyrocketed after that.
Then, in 2003, Hooters of America chairman Bob Brooks tried something few brands would dare. He launched an airline.
What? That's so what?
Hooters Air offered $129 flights to 15 destinations, each staffed with 2 Hooters girls and 3 FAA-certified flight attendants.
I wasn't a big fan of Bob Brooks going into Hooters Air because I always said, well, what happens when a plane goes down, you know? but he ran a really good business. They weren't late. They were clean planes.
But the time
not late, clean planes, no crashes. Okay.
was tough. Rising fuel prices and fierce competition from low-cost carriers like Southwest made it difficult for a niche airline like Hooters Air.
As a security guard during the week, just being there makes people behave. I've been rarely had to. Yeah, exactly. That's also my point. Like, dude, you have to like experience somebody being an absolute fucking dick, like genuinely, absolutely out of his mind for him to like even see security and still continue what he wanted to do.
To survive. After just 3 years, the airline was forced to ground operations, leaving behind $40 million in losses.
I was a bouncer in college. Every idiot threatened to sue. Okay, there it is. In college. Were you in a college thingy? In the bouncer thing?
To me, I think the real reason is not money. The sweet team sees the women as the product they are selling, so they don't care if they get SA, even if a security guard would be paid less than the wait staff and stop 90%.
Damn.
Running an airline is quite a bit different than running a restaurant.
But Hooters was ready to make another wager.
Hi, Eskrima.
In 2006, it opened Hooters Casino Hotel near the Las Vegas.
There we go. Guys, they could be multimillionaires if they just like literally just made a casinos.
Vegas Strip. The resort featured nearly 700 rooms, a casino floor, and multiple dining outlets. It wasn't a winning bet.
Wait, why didn't they though?
By 2008, the Hooters Casino Hotel was reporting losses.
Losses in gambling? How? How do you even lose? How does a house lose? What?
Yet Hooters sales hit almost $1 billion that year.
The recession.
Which wasn't far behind larger competitors like Chili's and Applebee's. Just as the brand was reaching new heights, the economy crashed.
Oh.
People were spending less, and the entire industry felt it.
The recession was hard on all full-service restaurant chains. Consumers were struggling. They were pulling back on their dining visits, and that hit Hooters just as much as it hit Chili's, Applebee's, TGI Fridays, etc.
Hooters was also facing more competition than ever before, from the rise of fast casual dining to growing rival chains like Twin Peaks and Tilted Kilt, which also employed all-female waitstaffs. From 2007 to 2010, Hooters sales tumbled 7.5%, and the company began exploring a potential buyer. At that point, more than 450 locations still operated in 44 states and nearly 30 countries.
Whoa.
A vast majority of those were under the franchisor, Hooters of America. But in 2011, the Brooks family sold Hooters of America to private investors. This is when some insiders say things began to change.
Oh, wire. Uh-oh.
Terry Moberly, a former franchise manager, witnessed the brand's decline firsthand. For over 2 decades, he oversaw 4 locations across Indiana.
I'm a bit of a pack rat. I keep a lot of mementos around. There was a convention that would come into Indy downtown every year called the Fire Department Instructors Conference. I purchased a 1959 American LaFrance fire truck. This is the kind of commando marketing stuff that we used to really revel in. You know, what we were selling was the All-American Girl Next Door brand and not being the appetizer for a strip club.
But when Hooters of America stepped in, it wanted to redefine the brand, starting with a new logo and restaurant redesign in 2013.
The HOA guys sterilized everything. You know, the signs that are up on the wall, it's like free beer tomorrow, where it's just kind of a very tongue-in-cheek. And all those things were taken away because they wanted to be more like Applebee's and O'Charlie's.
More importantly, Hooters of America also changed the recipes.
They switched to a margarine-based sauce rather than butter.
They started, shorting the portion.
Changed the recipe!
Sizes. They came through and thought that they'd offer a salad menu, thinking it would attract more female clientele. Again, another misguided decision.
I think that corporate was out of touch with what was going on at the restaurants.
A salad? Okay, dude.
Jardin Taylor began waitressing at Hooters of America locations in 2015. First in Oklahoma and later in Texas.
A lot of the girls that were working at Hooters during my tenure there went on to be nurses, engineers, lawyers. The girls at Hooters are so multi-talented, and that was a huge misconception, was that we were just ditzy.
Working at Hooters helped Jardin Taylor finance her way through college and graduate school, partially thanks to the company's tuition reimbursement program, which offered up to $1,000 per semester.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in a hospital
I'll never judge a woman for using all her assets to be able to like go through life.
where when they find out I'm with Hooters, I have to listen to their story, how they put themselves through college.
But being a Hooters girl also meant adhering to a strict image policy.
When I started out in 2015, some of the basic rules were there was absolutely no braids, no visible tattoos, no color on nails. You needed to maintain the look that you had the
No braids?
Day that you were hired.
Why?
Girls would come with different color hair, and whether you were allowed to work was at the discretion of the manager.
That same year, a Maryland Hooters girl was awarded $250,000 after being fired for having blonde highlights. Her manager
She won $250,000?
allegedly told her black people don't have blonde hair.
Oh, yeah, oh my God, W. Thank God he said that. Now she got $250K. Sometimes, in life, when something goes wrong in your life, you know what? Something might go well because of it too. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for that stupid fucker, hey, she would have gotten that $250K. You know what I mean?
An arbitrator later called the restaurant's image policy discriminatory.
I myself pushed back on a lot of rules, more specifically the hair. I had braids all the time. But sometimes they would push back too, and you would get sent home.
In the past few years, there have been a couple of high-profile racial discrimination lawsuits against Hooters that have resulted in settlements of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
From 2015 to 2018, annual sales at U.S. locations fell nearly 4%. Facing mounting pressures from declining
Dude, it's only 4%. Like, it's not like it's going bankrupt.
revenue and shifting consumer tastes, Hooters of America was sold again to two private equity firms in 2019. Just 2 years later, the company took on another $315 million in new debt, using its restaurants and brand assets as collateral.
Hot take, Hooters wings stopped being good in the early 90s because buffalo wings stopped being a unique regional thing and a lot of places started getting really good at it. Their McDonald's now not bad, but the floor you can't be worse than.
Just as it came time for Hooters to start repaying all of that debt, its costs for food and labor started to rise significantly coming out of the pandemic.
COVID was a challenge, right? Inflation took hold, and it was really a perfect storm.
It was one Hooters of America couldn't weather. Management began cutting operational costs and raising menu prices. From 2019 to 2021, the price for 10 wings increased by nearly 14%. In a last-ditch attempt to turn the business around, Hooters of America made the most visible change yet.
We switched to the thong shorts, which, for reference, the difference is this. It's a little bit cheekier, and it caused quite the controversy.
The feeling was that it really alienated female customers, families, and so it was really counterproductive for what Hooters...
Well, why? It was already cheeky, dude. It was already cheeky, but now it's just like genuine, like, dude, I don't want to eat. Just like, they say not like her VTuber outfit ain't exactly like that. Well, here's the thing. I'm pixels.
Needed to be doing at that time, which is to reach a wider audience.
I think it just got to the point where they overemphasized the sexuality, and that's not what the brand is about at all.
Hooters of America eventually backed down from its...
Debbie, you aren't family friendly. You keep swearing on stream. I never wanted to be family friendly, dude. If I have to like have like some motherfucker come into the stream and be like, stop swearing. My kids are gonna get annoyed. Like, dude, why are you watching me in front of your kids?
Uniform policy, stating its waitresses could determine which style of shorts best fits their body style and personal image.
There are a group of people that think that the salacious way to go in the brand is the way to go.
I feel like the first outfit was perfect. personally. I think it was tasteful. I think it was genuinely like cute, but very in a way sexy but cute. You know what I mean? Like it was so like it was endearing. It was like very like in between sexy, cute, endearing, stuff like that. It was perfect. And then they switched it up, man.
Which is what the Twin Peaks brand, that's what they do.
The actual beach fit. Yeah, it was so cute. Debbie, my son just walked into my bedroom and told me that stop being parasocial. Please consider impact on these children. They think that we're not real friends. Wow.
2022 to 2024, Twin Peaks sales increased by nearly 20%, while Hooters sales dropped by 21%.
Ooh, their competitors are winning. Ooh.
Through all of HOA's struggles, the original owners continued to successfully operate their primary locations in Florida and Illinois.
While Hooters of America was going into bankruptcy, Hooters Inc. was having one of the best years in its history.
Bless them.
Welcome, Hooters! Hooters Inc. didn't share exact figures, but in a press release, it said its restaurants made more than double the average revenue of Hooters of America's in 2024. All while maintaining
It's almost like as if you treat people like people, they will also respect you back and just try their best in the restaurant or like in their work. Who would have thought?
Decor, uniforms, and recipes the brand was built on.
If the second and third acquirers of our brand had just stuck with the basics, and we were not silent about our views on that, they would be experiencing what we are now, and that's record sales.
Forbes reported Hooters Inc. had an estimated annual revenue of over $100 million in 2024.
Damn, and they don't even have that much restaurants compared to the other ones. They only have like a few.
Meanwhile, Hooters of America abruptly closed roughly 40 locations across the country that year. In 2025, the
My niece has walked into you while watching one time and told me that you say a lot of bad words. I said you were allowed because you were an adult, but she can't say them. Aww, that's so cute.
Kaiser filed for bankruptcy and shut down 30 more restaurants. However, this gave the original founders a chance to reclaim the brand. That November, the original Hooters group announced it had finalized a deal to acquire 111 Hooters of America restaurants.
So we're looking at a situation where...
Jesus Christ, man. Those shorts are so fucking short.
11 Hooters of America restaurants.
Brother. And they made it shorter than that? Or is that already like after making it shorter and then like whatever? Is that now the like...
So we're looking at a situation where the very people who founded Hooters might end up being the ones who save it.
Their goal is to bring the company back to its roots, starting with the menu.
If you don't get the food right, you shouldn't be in the restaurant business.
True.
I think the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a return immediately of the butter-based ingredients that make those chicken wings so famous.
It's going to change the uniforms, make them more modest, repair the restaurants, and put better equipment in.
It's easy to get complacent, and so we're going to clean up these stores, but then all of us need to up our game in getting our message out.
For it to rise again, Hooters will also have to repair...
Hey guys!
For it to rise again, Hooters will also have to repair its reputation.
It's really hard to turn a sinking ship.
I think that they just need to focus on the quality of the food and the quality of the Hooter girl. I think that could save the business.
After 4 decades, the question now is whether Hooters can rebrand to appeal to a new generation, and whether it can sell itself all over again.
Bring the goth mommies.
They heard me preach marketing because we're a brand that was known for its marketing, and when you do it right, we're always known for it.
We all believe this brand is so resilient, and we're all ready to roll up our sleeves and do whatever we can.
We wear it proudly. I mean, I think you bleed orange.
Orange. God, I'm seeing that color so much recently.
We believe all of this. He just has that way of making you believe it's going to work out. That's his thing. We're going to be world famous. You're going to be world famous. It was hard to buy back then, but damn if he wasn't right.
Well, that was actually kind of wholesome, dude. That was actually kind of wholesome, man. Like a story about how like a good business became, you know, what it is. But then, hey, it's always nice to hear the good people like actually win, and the people who are just only for money actually lose. W.